This is Meeples and Monsters. In Meeples and Monsters, you are defending the city of Rowan, which is the name of a tree, not the Lord of the Rings thing. The whole game is has a lot of wood-based humor in it. So the monsters that are outside the town wall that are threatening are often things like a termite, and that's what's going on. So, on your turn, you are going to draw a certain number of meeples out of the bag that you have. This is a bag building, engine building style game. You're going to draw out 5. You start drawing 4. Middle of the game you draw 5. Late game you draw 6. All right. You're going to take the meeples and you're going to put them in the tavern. That means they are available to be used.
There you go.
All right.
Woo!
Technology.
I'm going to give you those 2. Those are theoretically in your hand.
Cool, okay.
Okay. So now you are going to decide what you want to do with your meeples.
Great.
They are different types. These are peasants. This is a wizard or a mage.
Yeah, he took off.
And this is a warrior. And you can see them right here.
What's that?
This is their combat strength. So if you wanted to go, let's say, fight this skeleton, you would need 3 total strength.
Okay.
And you could sort of choose which 3 you wanted to use. So you might go, you know what, my 3 peasants are going to go knock that guy out. If you did, great. You scored 2 victory points. Good for you. Or you might say, you know what, there's lots of other things my people can do in this town other than go fight monsters. Maybe I want to take my yellow meeple and go here to the mage's workshop. And if I do that, you could take 3 of your used meeples from previous turns, put them back in your bag, which is great. It could be your best 3 meeples go back in the bag.
Yeah.
And all other players do it with 1. But you know, maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe what you want to do is upgrade some meeples. Maybe you want to send this meeple to the university. That's going to get you another mage, which is going to go into your lodgings, right? You might want to take these other 2 meeples and say, you know what? I really want to do a lot of fun things with mages. So I'm going to go here with these 2 peasants, and I'm going to build the branch and root inn. So I can take this place, and I can put it in any of the 4 rent spots, and that's going to give me whatever that spot is.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So I'm going to go, you know what? I need a red, because that's a red. So now I get a red. Another red meeple comes over.
Thank you.
Goes into your lodgings with your rest. And then you have 2 of these guys left. You're like, okay, so I got 2 of those left, and that's 2 strength. Is there something I can do with 2? And you go, oh, you know what I'm going to do? Let's see what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this yellow one, and I'm going to send it here. And that yellow one is going to upgrade my mages from level 1 to level 2. If I could find the leveling up mages cards. Oh, yeah. Here you go. Yeah, so now my mages
Or level 2.
are level 2.
That's great.
So now they're still only 1 strength, but they have a cool little ability that lets them do something. Mages are particularly good at quest cards. These are quest cards. They give you victory points for achieving certain things. Some are end of game. Some happen right away. And some give you...
Does that mean level?
This means plus anything in red is combat strength. So what this means is later on in the game, when you're done, all of your meeples that you use go here. They don't. It's not worker placement in the traditional sense that you've cobbled up that spot.
They're just all tired.
They're all tired.
Got it.
Now you're going to draw from your bag. When you run out, you're going to put all of these guys back in your bag and draw the rest.
Got it. Okay.
This is the little mini expansion that came with the Kickstarter. It just basically gives you other things you can do. You can go here and rescue Sir Purple. You just need to send to that spot those 3 meeples, and you'll get... Oh, thanks, you too.
Nice to meet you.
And you'll get a purple meeple, which is one of the prestige meeples. So you'll just add this to your little list here.
Oh.
And now you have a paladin. The purple meeple is ridiculously good. All the prestige meeples are good. They're super good. The ranger's awesome. The shaman's awesome. And then over time, what's going to happen is you're going to start to defeat creatures that do fun things for you. The termite, when you defeat them, would give you another mage. As you get into tougher and tougher creatures, if you happen to defeat this ogre, for instance, the ogre doesn't give you any victory points, but makes all of your mages plus 1 strength.
That's great.
So you could focus on like a mage strategy, which actually this just happened to work out well,
Yeah.
where you basically look for these 2 colored meeples that you get. And the basic meeples are gettable almost anywhere. Here, you can upgrade, send any 2 meeples there, discard 1, and then get a cleric. Here is send a peasant and any 2 meeples, gain a warrior. Warriors are the quickest way to gain strength because their level 2 upgrade is 2 strength. This is the later one, a meeple and a warrior to get a knight, which are ridiculously good. Knights start at 2. And the university get you. So the gray meeples are kind of your blanks. They're no fun. Basically nothing you can do with them. Essentially except for this exact type of room, which is like, you have to have a...
Can you use them as a wild, the gray ones?
Nope, they are just blanks.
Got it.
So it is a bag building game, but it's about efficiency. So do you want to have 25 meeples in your bag? When I play, I like that. The best players don't, right? The best players will use things like this to get meeples they don't want out of their bag.
It starts cycling down, and then
Yep. And at the end of the game, what's going to happen is you're going to go through enough monsters that there's a card in here called the Dark Council. Dark Council arrives. Every time that card shows up, there's 3 of them. The first 2 times, it means you're sort of going from level to level to level. You start by drawing 4 meeples a turn. After this one, you draw 5 meeples a turn. After this one, you draw 6 meeples a turn. And you also get 1 more corrupted meeples every time that happens. When the third one comes up, you have 1 more turn in the game, and in that final turn, you can fight boss monsters.
Oh, goodness.
Boss monsters are super tough.
points and special stuff.
They come with victory points, and then they also get, so there's, it's the standard ones, but then these get mixed in, so there's sort of different combinations of standard monster you can fight.
Question about something like this. So if you were to defeat this monster, do you keep this kind of in your tableau to
You just
track
go,
that? Ah, there you go.
Right there.
Lovely.
Yeah.
How many gray? What meeples do you start off with?
I think it's, I want to say 8 white and 3 gray. 8 and 3, that sounds right. I play on Tabletop Simulator all the time, so I just hit reset to start at this point. Yeah, and we do have a good Tabletop Simulator. This, if you want to play on Tabletop Simulator anytime, we can hook you up with the game.
Cool.
We can just play. It's fun. I'll do this and call it work any day.
Yeah.
This is just a fun game. Yeah, the game's got a fun sense of humor to it. Super quick turns again. I can, when my turn's over, much like Rolling Heights, I can draw my meeples for the next turn.
Yep.
I can do any of the wonky, weird stuff off turn, and it's not going to cause any problems. And then I'll just be planning my turn, because it's not worker placement in the sense of I take spots.
Right.
The only thing that really is going to happen during your turn that's going to mess up my strategy is if you kill a monster I was planning on killing, or if you take a spot that I was planning on taking. And then, I think there's 15 or so of these tiles, but there's only 8 spots.
I was gonna say, dude, the spots once they're filled.
They're filled. That's them for the rest of the game. So you definitely have a limit of there are some limited resources in the game, but you'll never not be able to go to Cathedral.
Mm-hmm.
The only one little oddball rule here is if one area of the board is being overrun, which means it has more than 1 monster in it, like those 2 do. Anything I do in this area means I also have to gain a peasant,
Oh, interesting.
unless I fight one of the monsters.
First.
It's like that section of the town's being overrun, and you're like, well, you know what? I'm just going to go to the university.
Right, and the
And then
peasants
the
are
peasants are like-
running at you. Help me! Help me!
Yes, but if you go and defeat one of the monsters, they're like, okay, you're trying.
Yeah.
So even if there's 3 and you just defeat one of them, you don't have to take the extra one.
Okay.
But if there's 3 in one section, you got to take 2 extra meeples. So that is a high cost.
Filling your bag.
Yeah, and every time you lose, I actually like peasants. And every time you defeat a monster,
them pretty easily.
yeah, a new one comes up,
Cool. Okay.
and it just goes wherever it needs to go in a section. And if that section is actually full, the controlling player picks where it goes.
Got it. Okay.
Pretty simple.
Very cool.
And so what is in the Kickstarter version versus the retail?
So the Kickstarter version has this mini expansion, which is called the 4 Towers expansion. And the Kickstarter meeples are screen printed, and I don't think the final versions are screen printed.